Should we clean the data before feeding it into machine learning models to avoid that the models recreate biases? It depends on what we are going to use the model for. If we want to create something that reflects something better, we should carefully select appropriate data to train on. If we want to create something that gives answers based on what reality looks like, we shouldn't try to fix the input data. If we want to investigate what reality looks like, we definitely shouldn't try to fix the data. This is a short presentation of the HimToHer project service for uncovering and reflecting on biases in the Swedish language. The service uses a machine learning model which have been trained on approximately 200 million sentences of representative Swedish texts. The service is a social sustainability initiative which tries to give a new perspective on gender inequality and encourage self-reflection. It also uses machine learning models for evaluating the statements tested against the model so that it discovers inappropriate texts before making the result shareable online. It also raises awareness on the importance of how we approach machine learning. We often try to manipulate reality when we talk about issues related to social sustainability. Maybe it was bad before, but today everything is good. There is no issue with lack of equality in today's society. Women and men have equal opportunities and there is no racism. The purpose of such statements is often to dissuade us from pushing for initiatives to bring about change because nothing needs to change if everything is already fixed. We should be aware of such tendencies also when it comes to AI and machine learning models. When it was discovered that models trained on real and unedited data exhibited many biases, the initial reaction was that there was something wrong with machine learning as such. Some big tech companies dropped their initiatives without further investigation. They didn't want to see that perhaps it was something that the machine learning models exposed and made clear based on the data they were trained on. The transparency and clarity can perhaps be perceived as a threat, that we need to change while at the same time not accepting that there is a problem. Instead of trying to remove biases from texts that are fed into the models, we should try to embrace the models that are trained on the unedited data if our purpose is to get a reality check. They offer us an enormous opportunity to seek knowledge and insights into how our collective consciousness is designed. They can help us uncover biases that we can become aware of, train ourselves to remove in our own minds, and thereafter measure progress. It was with this ambition that we built a free service to measure biases in the Swedish language via HimToHer.com/Swedish LM. You can go there yourself and check what the probability is that a certain statement applies to a man or a woman, in Swedish. Our hypothesis is that when you use the model in this way, you also get an approximation of how we generalize around people of different genders because we ourselves are trained on the messages that meet us from an early age. Testing the model then gives us an opportunity to reflect on our own biases and reactions as compared to what the model says is the general view based on the training it has received on an extensive amount of unedited text retrieved from representative Swedish texts. We hope that the service will be useful and come to use for many who have an open mind and try to become more aware. Feel free to check it out.